All right, listen up. We need to talk about something that messes people up way more than they realize: cheating. Yeah, that dirty little word that ruins relationships, destroys trust, and turns normal, decent people into paranoid wrecks. You think you know how it works? Think again. Cheating isn't just about some scumbag sneaking around behind their partner's back. It's psychological, it's strategic, and most of the time, by the time you even suspect it's happening, the damage has already been done. So today we're breaking it down: how cheating really works, why people do it, and how to spot the warning signs before you end up looking like a fool. If you've ever been cheated on, this video is going to hit hard. If you've ever cheated, well, you might get a little uncomfortable. Either way, strap in, because we're about to expose the brutal truth. First things first, why do people cheat? You might think it's because they're just trash human beings who don't care about anyone but themselves. And yeah, sometimes that's exactly the case. But cheating is actually a lot more complicated than just bad person does bad thing. Some people cheat because they're bored. They get into a relationship. Everything's exciting at first, then boom, things get routine. They start craving that thrill again, and instead of communicating like an adult, they go looking for excitement somewhere else. Others cheat because they're insecure. They need constant validation, constant attention. And the moment they feel like they're not getting enough, they start looking for it from someone else. It's not about love. It's about feeding their ego. And then you have the ones who cheat because they can. No guilt, no remorse, no second thoughts, just pure selfishness. They see an opportunity, they take it, and they don't care who gets hurt. These are the people you need to run from. Now, let's talk about how cheating actually goes down. It's not always the obvious stuff, like catching someone in bed with a stranger. Most cheating is slow, subtle, and calculated. It starts with small things: harmless flirting, a little too much texting, keeping secrets that don't seem like a big deal. Then one day that harmless little friendship crosses the line, and by the time it turns into full-blown cheating, the cheater has already convinced themselves that it's not that bad. And you know what's worse? Some people plan their cheating like it's a freaking heist. They cover their tracks, delete messages, lie with a straight face, and manipulate their partner into thinking they're just being paranoid. It's disgusting, but it happens all the time. I'm not sugarcoating this. If you're getting betrayed, you deserve better than the lame rationalizations and half-truths these people spew. So, listen up, because this isn't just advice. It's a wake-up call from your best friend who's fed up with the BS. Let's cut to the chase. Cheating doesn't always arrive with a big neon sign. It sneaks in slowly, disguised as just being friendly or working long hours. But once you know the warning signs, you'll be able to spot the red flags from a mile away. Here's what to look for. 1. Secretive behavior and phone habits. Ever notice when someone suddenly becomes a secret agent with their phone? If your partner guards their device like it's a treasure chest, passwords changed overnight, texts disappearing, or mysterious late-night calls, it's time to get suspicious. A healthy relationship thrives on transparency. When someone starts acting like they have something to hide, it's a glaring red flag. 2. Abrupt changes in routine or appearance. Think back to when you first met your partner. Chances are they had a consistent routine and a style that suited them. But if you suddenly see them obsessively grooming, working out, or spending extra time getting ready without a clear reason, it could be more than just a midlife crisis or a new hobby. Often these changes are about impressing someone else. 3. Inconsistencies and contradictions in their story. Ever notice how a cheater's story starts falling apart with even the tiniest questions? They might claim they were stuck in traffic, but then you learn there's no traffic at that time. They promise one thing and then deliver another. If their narrative changes every time you bring up a detail, don't dismiss it as just forgetfulness. It's manipulation. 4. Emotional and physical distance. A partner who's cheating will often emotionally check out. They become defensive, distant, or overly critical for no good reason. Suddenly, your talks turn into interrogations. This isn't about you. This is a sign they're emotionally invested somewhere else. When your connection begins to crumble overnight, ask yourself, is this just a phase, or is something else going on? 5. Unexplained expenses or secretive finances. Money talks, and sometimes it screams betrayal. If you start noticing unexplained charges on your partner's account, or if they're unusually secretive about their spending, it could mean they're funneling cash to cover up their extracurricular activities. Don't let a few odd expenses slide if they're a part of a larger pattern of deceit. Now, I know some of these signs might seem subtle, but when you combine them, you get a pretty damn clear picture. And here's the thing. If you're feeling even a hint of unease, it's time to trust your gut. Your intuition is there for a reason. Don't ignore it just because you're scared of the truth. Let's talk about some of the pathetic excuses cheaters use. You know the ones I mean, the weak overused lines that cheaters regurgitate when cornered. Here's a breakdown of the most common and infuriating excuses. 1. It's just a one-time thing. Oh, spare me the one-time mistake crap. If someone cheats, it's rarely a one-off incident. They frame it as a lapse in judgment, a random moment of weakness. But let me tell you something. One mistake almost always turns into a pattern. And if they really cared about you, they'd never risk your trust for a fleeting thrill. 2. It didn't mean anything. It was just physical. How convenient. When you confront them, they downplay their actions by claiming it was purely physical. But here's the truth. Cheating isn't just about physicality, it's about emotional betrayal too. Even if they try to argue that it meant nothing, the betrayal still cuts deep. Don't let their dismissive language make you feel like you're overreacting. 3. I was bored, feeling neglected. Yes, apparently boredom is an excuse now. I was bored or I wasn't getting enough attention becomes their go-to line. But guess what? Every relationship goes through ups and downs, and the solution isn't to betray someone who trusts you. Instead of owning up to their insecurities or the shortcomings in the relationship, they shift the blame entirely onto you. That's not a partner. It's a coward looking for an easy way out. 4. They were just a friend. The classic "it was just a friend" narrative. They'll try to convince you that nothing romantic happened, even if you've seen the messages, the photos, or the late-night meetups. It's a desperate attempt to minimize their wrongdoing. Friends don't usually hide their interactions from you. If they do, it's because there's something they're not telling you. 5. You're overreacting. One of the most infuriating excuses, gaslighting at its finest. When you confront them about their behavior, they twist your concerns into accusations of overreaction. This isn't about your sensitivity. It's a manipulation tactic to make you doubt your own feelings and perceptions. Don't let them make you question your reality. Your feelings are valid, and if someone's making you feel paranoid, it's a serious problem. These excuses are nothing more than a smokescreen, a desperate attempt to avoid accountability. And if you hear these lines coming, you need to realize you're dealing with someone who's not ready to face their actions. Don't let them twist your emotions or force you into a corner where you feel guilty for questioning their behavior. Now you're being played. This is what to do. So, what do you do when you start piecing together these red flags and realize that you might be caught in the web of betrayal? Here's the no-nonsense guide to reclaiming your life and your dignity. 1. Trust your gut and gather evidence. First things first. If you're feeling that something's off, don't ignore it. Start paying attention to the details, save those texts, take note of suspicious behavior, and document any inconsistencies in their stories. Evidence isn't just for courtrooms. It's your ally when you confront the issue. And remember, your intuition is a powerful tool. If your gut keeps screaming something's wrong, it's because it is. 2. Confront them. But prepare yourself. Confrontation can be messy, and it might make you feel like you're walking into a storm, but you deserve the truth. Choose a time when you're calm enough to speak clearly, and when the situation won't escalate into chaos. Lay out the facts, share how you feel, and demand an honest explanation. If they start dodging or gaslighting, don't let their manipulation derail you. Stand your ground and demand accountability. 3. Set clear boundaries. Once you've confronted them, it's time to set boundaries. Let them know that their behavior is unacceptable and that you won't tolerate any more lies or secrecy. This isn't just about salvageable relationships, it's about protecting yourself. If they can't respect your need for transparency, you need to consider whether this relationship is worth saving. 4. Seek support from friends and professionals. Dealing with betrayal is one of the toughest battles you can face, and you shouldn't go it alone. Talk to your friends, family, or even a therapist who can help you process your feelings. They'll offer you perspective, validation, and the support you need to make decisions in your best interest. Don't let anyone make you feel isolated in this mess. Remember, you deserve a support system that's as strong as you are. 5. Know when to walk away. Here's the brutal truth. Sometimes, no matter how much you want to fix things, a cheater isn't going to change overnight. If you see a continued pattern of deceit and manipulation, it might be time to cut your losses. It's painful, and it might feel like you're giving up. But staying in a relationship with someone who repeatedly betrays your trust is a recipe for long-term misery. Know your worth and don't settle for anything less than respect and honesty. 6. Focus on your healing. Betrayal cuts deep, and the road to recovery isn't a straight line. Give yourself permission to heal. Focus on activities that rebuild your confidence, whether that's picking up new hobbies, diving into work, or spending quality time with people who genuinely care about you. Healing isn't about forgetting. It's about learning, growing, and eventually moving forward stronger than ever. There you have it. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Cheating isn't some mysterious force. It's a series of choices made by someone who's unwilling to value the person they were supposed to care about. By learning to spot the red flags, calling out the pathetic excuses, and knowing what steps to take when you're caught in the act, you're arming yourself with the power to say, enough is enough. Remember, you deserve honesty, respect, and loyalty. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise with their lies and manipulations. It's not your fault if someone chooses to cheat. It's their failure, not yours. And if you ever find yourself questioning your worth because of someone else's betrayal, just remember, you are strong, you are worthy, and you deserve a love that's built on trust, not deceit. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, share it with anyone who might be stuck in a similar nightmare, and subscribe for more hard-hitting truths.